Welcome back everybody to another Geometry Dash editor tutorial. In this one what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys different ways to make your platformer level look much cleaner. So we're just going to improve the overall platformer level that we started, and I'm going to teach you guys how you can do that as well. So let's just get straight into it. Also, just to make this look cleaner, we're going to add these guys, which are also going to be on those saw blades, just to add more, just a bit more consistency. Like that looks pretty nice, and this one goes in the back as well, like so. All right, that's very nice. Now we also need these guys to be right on there. Also gonna make sure, this is very important actually, I kind of forgot that, but since we actually have these saw blades, we're gonna make them rotate to the same position where, okay, we actually need to check this because otherwise it's gonna be weird. So we're gonna have, okay, so they all rotate like that, but the problem with it is that, let's first just make sure that the saw actually rotates almost identical to, now thinking about it, we can just make it static. So this and this is gonna be disabled, as well as this is going to be disabled, and this is going to be disabled, and then this and that, actually only this and this is going to be 13. So these guys are going to be 13 because they're also going to spin exactly like so. Very cool. And this is 7, so this as well as this is going to be 7, and these guys, this one is going to go, I'd say let's make this go back like minus 104, and then also make sure that this thing also goes back by 104. And this is gonna go 100, and this is gonna go 100, just for incredible consistency. And now all of these three can actually just go on like a slow 70 or something like that. And then the rest of these guys are of course also gonna be 70. I don't want it to be too fast because this level is a slow themed level. Oh my god, just happened. Okay, so what the heck just happened? It should be 2, not 7. So that's my bad. So these guys are gonna be 2. I don't know how I got 7, but yeah. Now we're talking. Now this looks like it has been spent some time on. That's pretty cool. So you do not want to go in here. Okay, there was a bug where the sound effect was just playing constantly, and I just realized I had these on loop, but thank god we found it. Otherwise this would have been really weird. Otherwise we would have a new sound effect playing on loop every 4 seconds. That would have been a disaster. Also realized that these guys are, that doesn't make any sense, because this should rotate the other way, right? It just makes, yeah, that's just so much better, because it just makes sense, right? This is how gears work. So we're just gonna perfectly put it in place. It's not gonna be perfect because it really depends on when you pause and start the game and whatnot, and like preview animations and stuff. So yeah, that's, I think, much cleaner. All right, so looking good. So we're definitely not gonna allow you to see anything below this. So how about we actually do that? So 197, we're gonna add a camera edge, 197 for down, and then down can just go up a bit. And we're just gonna make sure that everything is fine. Yes, and I also just realized we need the glow. We don't need the objects, we just need the glow. Yeah, we can take a spider web on the way, why not? We're gonna put them right in their spot, right here. And the blocks, like, honestly, full honesty, we really don't need the blocks here. We're just optimizing, why not? Okay, cool. So that's nice. And what I also want to do is, you see this rocky thing? I want to add something a bit similar to it, and it's gonna be a mountain. And we're gonna go to the next group ID. We're gonna make it, we're gonna create something here real quick, something like this. And then we're just gonna give it, we're gonna fill it in first, and then we're gonna create. And now, instead of having the same color, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it 2 new colors, and they're gonna be far in the background. We're talking like behind everything. Okay, and these guys are gonna be black, not black, but like kinda almost black, something like this. So now we just created a bit more depth to this mountain right here. You don't really have to do this, but just maybe it just looks cool right now. I think it does. It does look clean. Also, it's just copy and paste. So this is not gonna occur that much. It's just gonna be a bit, and also these guys can finally go away. So this can also come into here, and yeah, that looks about right. You can also get rid of all of this because it's really not gonna be visible except for those guys. Okay, so another thing is, how about we add some... Well, we have this, which is on everything, but I want to add a gradient that's only on the background. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna... Let's try something with invert. Maybe it's not gonna look cool, but we're just gonna give it a try. So this is how it looks. And invert has to be on the background only. All right, and the secondary color, let's make it green. This looks beautiful, doesn't it, baby? But maybe if we add some more colors to it, it'll look a bit cleaner. So by adding red, I don't know, just focusing on the background, maybe adding like green, blue, not that much. So let's see. So this is with, this is without. I think without was cleaner. So let's try. How about we try multiply, but with black on the one side. The other side is nothing. Ooh, just right. This actually doesn't look that bad. Perhaps black is too much. Let's do like 0.5. Yeah, this ain't bad. But this is, it looks like it's way too... There's like problems and stuff. Also, this thing we're gonna move all the way to the left so that the thing actually starts early. So let's try rotating this. Maybe rotating it would help. It's really dark now. That's the problem. So let's give the second one a 5. Not really working out. Let's try something like a blue. It's gonna come from there, like a very dark one, and it's gonna be it's all good. I'm gonna get rid of it because it just not fit, right? Just yeah, I think darker is cleaner. So let's go to the thing and see. Yeah, so it instantly starts going, which is pretty nice. Not touch these guys off the camera here. Not that big of a fan of it. So I'm gonna do follow. I'm gonna do this because yeah, I think it just has a smoother in and out then, right? With it? Yeah, it does. It's very smooth. Okay, so you're not gonna be able to see what's on the right here. So this is how the camera is gonna stop. Okay, so let me see. So if you the edge of the right is gonna be, let's go to here, and we're gonna add this line. We're gonna go to a new layer, and I want it to be like barely visible here. All right, so this is gonna be 211, and 211 links it over here, and then we're gonna copy and paste. We're gonna do this, and I think that's good. We don't really need another one. Let's just see if that's gonna work. And this thing is gonna be hide. Let's see. So if you go all the way to the right, you should not be able to see anything, which is pretty nice. So you're gonna have to go up. Also, these guys should also have the sound effect, like 194. You're gonna have 194. Let's add it to this guy and also to this guy. So now if you select this, or actually this, it's gonna have the sound effects here too, which is amazing, pretty cool. And I want to make it so that as soon as you collect the key, it's gonna play 58, right? And 58 is this empty spawn trigger apparently. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy and paste these things, and we're gonna unlock it. So what that means is you're not gonna be able to see anything on the right unless you pick up the key. Also, I don't like the camera is like way too sudden. The level is very smooth and the camera is like just too sudden. So to fix this, what I'm gonna do is I am going to add an object over here, and 212. This object is constantly going to be on the player. So 212 is always going to be on to the player, and we're going to make the camera static to 212 on the X only. And in here, we're going to do, of course, it's going to be really smooth. And in here, we're going to copy, paste. We're going to make it here. And this time it's going to be both of them. And let's just see how that's gonna be. So now the camera is, yeah, it's a bit cleaner. Actually, it still needs some work, but I didn't really like how it just, what the heck, it just exited like that. That's not very cool. So we're gonna make this spawn ordered, and we're gonna line these up in here perfectly so that all of them get their turn, and this one's gonna slowly happen. Let's just see, but let's just give it a try. So this is gonna be very not smooth, but now your movements are very, yeah, this is so much cleaner now. You guys see the camera is just so much more fun. So cool. Now instead of doing this, how about we just do that? How is that gonna look like? Oh, okay, I see. We're gonna have to somehow exit the camera. And what if we just like instantly exit? Okay, that's a horrific way to exit the camera. I'm gonna do it slowly, and let's see how that's gonna be. Not very cool because this thing is instantly playing afterwards. So okay, you're not gonna be that fast anyway. So let's just see if we go normally. That was kind of cut there. Let me just see if I just, maybe we should just. Okay, so we found these values at 12.7 or something, which now if you exit, it's a lot more clean. Maybe if we reduce this a bit, it's gonna look cleaner. And I'm actually pretty grateful that I found this, because otherwise it would have been a bit weird. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna play this, which is gonna be making the camera static to the object that we added, because that's the whole point. So now if you go to here, you should go kind of slowly, because that's how you go normally. Okay, that was very weird. So we're just gonna give it a bit of time. How about we just give it a bit of time with the smoothest in and out. Let's see if that's gonna look clean. Okay, yeah, I think that was pretty nice. Okay, so far the camera is really clean. I like that a lot. And as soon as you come in here, it should kind of shift its focus, which is gonna be a bit hard to do, but I think I got it. So there is a camera guide here. There's this object right there that we just select the quintillion times, and this, and then we're gonna copy all of these. We're gonna bring them on a new layer, and then this is gonna go here, and we're gonna bring these guys up, and I think okay, so now the problem is when you exit, it actually just exits you, which is not cool. We wanted to take this instead. So instead of this, we want to do that. And let me just take a look at the values. So 14.6 in sign in and out 0.84. So the values are actually very similar. So let's just hope it's going to work clean. Also, this thing cannot just be X only. It should be X and Y. And this is going to be copied. This is going to be deleted. We're going to paste it right here. And I'm not sure what I just did, but let's just hope that it works. Okay, these guys still have the same exact, and their object is just deleted for some reason. Oh my god. Why was this deleted? Who deleted this? This is not very cool. Okay, we're going to paste the values. And okay, I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's just see. Let's just hope that works. Okay, so we're gonna go to the right, clean camera, and we're gonna go up here. We're gonna enter this section, and this is, of course, it doesn't work. Also, it has to be on hide. So let's just see. So 2, 1, 15. This, it should just, yeah, it should just go to this camera slowly and cleanly, and if you exit, it's just going to exit. I'm not exactly too sure what the problem is. We're gonna add a start position right here with a camera. So now if you go in, it's just not gonna work. So 2115, why is it not working? 2115, just follow 2114. I don't know why this is such a big deal. 2114, is there more than one? I don't think so. Oh, there is actually. Okay, that was why. Okay, there was more than one object on the 2114 group ID. So that was exactly why. Okay, so now it actually works pretty smoothly. All right, that's epic so far. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go down. And going down is kind of problematic because you can't really see anything. So we're gonna see. So I kind of fixed the camera there. Let's see if it's gonna be better. So we're gonna go there. Boom. Yeah, we can see a lot of stuff. It's pretty nice. And now we can just exit. And the camera isn't that smooth because I think it's all right. This thing just has to be a bit more strict. we're gonna make it only if you make it to here. Maybe kind of like that. Just make sure that it actually covers the entire area, because otherwise, if you leave it, quote unquote, it's gonna make the camera exit. It's not what we want. Okay, cool. So you should not be able to click these, as you saw. I clicked them and I instantly died because I didn't really know what the heck was going on, and these guys don't even have the correct thing. So, oh my god, this thing, please just go on a new layer and lock the layer. Pretty cool. 51. So these guys are on 50. Why are they on 33? What the heck is 33? The arrow is 33? Okay, I am so confused. Hold up a second. Why is the arrow... The arrow is moving? No, that was not the arrow. What the heck? No, it should be. Okay, forget everything. These guys are all 33. That's it. I think now it should work. All right, cool. So 34, you guys. 34, you guys. 35, you guys. 36. Cool. Now that works phenomenally. Let's see if we can add perhaps a... Oh, there is already. So we're gonna... How about we use that? Because I kind of feel like this is not that great looking. So I want it to be red. But why? Okay, so it's invisible. So that's why. We're gonna bring them onto a new layer. Then we're gonna make this one very, very light saturated. This one's also gonna be light saturated. Not sure if it's gonna look cool. We're just experimenting. This one's blue and very saturated. Does that look better? Thing is, it's kind of annoying because it like barely misses that. So how about we just make it a tiny bit smaller? Yeah, now it doesn't look good at all. So a tiny bit bigger. Yep, now they look clean. All right, now we're talking. Okay, pretty cool. Now you still can't go in between them. So what we're gonna do is all of these guys are on color 8 and 8. So that's perfect. So now 8 and 8, we can just make it gray. Perfect. And let's just see. So we're gonna paste this over here, then we're gonna make it instant, then we're gonna make color 59, the color that we've just added. We're gonna make it low, and color 2, I don't think I want to change color 2, full honesty. So we're gonna go to here, we're gonna do color 2. What the heck did I just do? So these guys, you guys are gonna be on color 60. It's still gonna be green and blending, so don't worry. So color 60 also has to change, which means in here, we're just gonna do 60, just make sure that it's blending. And that looks clean. So the particles are weird, but that's fine. Just make sure that 8 is definitely more bright. Actually, not 8. Yeah, let's just have these like really dark. And 60, what about 60? What if we make it... yeah, let's just make it like low, like that. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this is because, first of all, let's actually just bring them back to what they were. So 60 was green and blending, and 8 was red, normal, and then we have 59, which is light. Yeah, actually, it's just red. Okay, so by default, this is how they're gonna be. By default, this is how they're gonna be. And then these guys are just gonna unlock them. And we're gonna do 216, and they're gonna be triggered as soon as you get into here. So 216 type. So are they 216? I don't think so. I don't know why. So 216 they are, and this is gonna happen on touch. And also the spawn trigger, all of these guys are on 217, and they are 217. They are toggled off by default, and they are going to be toggled on right here. And this is going to be kind of like a low animation. So now we can't click them unless you go onto here, which is going to make it visible. So a sound effect in here would be pretty nice. So we're just going to add one real quick. So we're going to do pick up. Okay, this one sounds pretty clean, so we're going to use it. And now you unlock the buttons. And we're going to have sound effects to also, you know, just having him move. So down, left, 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 down, left, 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 up, up, and then right, right, right. And then actually, before we do that, I just want to see, is the camera still locked? Yes, still locked. Let's just go down and see here what we have. Why is the camera so... What the... Okay, we actually did reset the camera, so that's why. But if we exit this, why is it then very weird? Unsure. We're gonna have to test that from when we play from the 0. Let's also just add Let's select all of the pads. How many pads are there in this entire level? Only these 3. Okay, cool. So we're gonna make them no particle, and then we're gonna go ahead and add this custom looking clean particle, and we're gonna make it go up. We're gonna have these guys, and it's gonna rotate randomly. Not too fast, because this level is supposed to be super duper slow. This is how it's going to be. And a bit more random stuff right here, and that's a custom particle for our voice, right? Yep, this looks nice. So we're gonna add a bit of speed variation. We're gonna add a tiny bit of friction for the position, and this looks phenomenal. So we're gonna add that over here. That looks pretty nice. Okay, so let me just copy this, paste the state and everything. Material ID, of course, has to be 1, and it's hidden. Passable, not too sure. Actually, I'm not gonna make it passable. And if you really want to land on these, like, come on, but maybe somebody wants to. I don't know, but we're gonna add some hitbox to them, and one over here as well. We cannot forget that. Okay, so since this part is supposed to be a very sneaky part that not everybody gets to get into, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to search for that one block that is exactly this one, and then we're gonna go here, we're gonna copy everything, we're gonna paste it onto this one. However, it's gonna be on a new layer, and let's see how that's gonna look like if we just fill it in using these guys. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. That's actually not too bad. However, if there isn't a way to kind of close it from the bottom, you could do something like using this thing over here, close it, but that doesn't look that clean. We're gonna get rid of it. I think that's a bit cleaner. Okay, so let's play the level and see what else is wrong. So honestly, I think there isn't I think it's fine. I was about to say there isn't that much to do, but I think it's pretty fire. Alright, so like this, and also in here the camera quits very fast. So we're gonna go ahead and actually this is kind of interesting now because we did change how the camera functions. So we're gonna have to copy this static trigger to make it exit slowly, right? That was the whole thing. And now let's just test it out. And to test it again, I'm gonna go to the jetpack, and let's just see. Let's see how that's gonna be. We're gonna go up, and then we're gonna exit right there. Very smooth. Nice. Okay, so these guys don't have any sound, which is not that very cool. And I also don't like this that much. I don't know why, but I feel like it's kind of weird. But other than that, I think the whole thing is... I think I like it. I think it's pretty nice. But there's a layering issue here, so let me just go ahead and make this on not B2, but B4 perhaps. Yep, that's clean. And this one goes on to B3. And then this whole mess right here goes on to B3 as well. And this way we have a much cleaner looking thing. Alright, and that's it for this episode. In the next episode, however, we're gonna keep spicing up this level even more. You guys are gonna see, so make sure to click here so you can watch the next episode. Or what you can do is click here to watch the entire playlist from beginning to end. So you can see how we made this awesome looking platformer level. Also, don't forget to like and also subscribe, and I'll see you guys over there.